New at 5, an update now on the search for a missing Moorhead woman who has ties to a Duluth cold case. Stephanie St. Clair was reported missing from Moorhead earlier this month after no one had seen or heard from her since early June. Last week, Moorhead police shared they believe Stephanie was in the Los Angeles area, but in an interview with our team, Stephanie's family told us they didn't think that could be true. Then Stephanie's family says police showed them this surveillance video of a woman entering a store in the Los Angeles area recently. And now her family agrees and they believe it is Stephanie, even though they haven't made contact with her yet. And Moorhead police say they're still investigating as Stephanie's mother, Sheila St. Clair, has been missing from Duluth for about 11 years now. She was last seen at the Cascade Apartments on August 15, 2015.